Rainy days, rainy days. I hate you, rainy days. What is up, guys? David here for another vlogative vlog. I hope that every single one of you is having a wonderful day so far. As for me, it's kind of dreary and depressing outside, and with the weather that affects my mood, yeah, it affects my mood. So I've been insanely unmotivated, I guess you could say, these past 2 days because it's been pouring down rain. Just makes you want to sleep. But anyway, let's get started. First things first, I just got back from a wonderful car event called Springfest. Last year it almost felt like a battle to the death to get your spot. Had a great location, but I think more people showed up than people even expected. So it was kind of overcrowded in the back, at least. That's what I remember. But this year, the venue was beautiful. It was cool because all the cars that wanted to park inside could if they parked there overnight. And in that aspect, it was very well organized. I drove in, they asked if I registered, I was. They gave me a pass, and boom, all set. I've been to a lot of car shows where it's just like a frenzy. Like you just fight for your spot and hope that you make it in. But with this, they did a great job. Along with that, since I used to live in Virginia Beach, that's where the event was, I got to see a lot of old friends, which is always great. It's always cool seeing kind of my friends from the Richmond car scene and the Virginia Beach car scene come together in one place. It's always a cool thing to see. Now, believe it or not, here on the East Coast, the night before Springfest, we had a ton of tornado warnings and even tornadoes that touched down. My friend Michael, who's from Elizabeth City in North Carolina, they had a tornado touchdown near them, and to get to Springfest, what would usually take like 45 minutes took a really long time because they had to keep detouring around fallen trees and fallen power lines and what have you. Tornadoes are definitely not that common where we're from, so when it does happen, it's a big shock. It's like, whoa, an actual tornado. And it's like the scariest thing ever. The warning was right next to my house too, here in Virginia. It was on the road that's right behind my house. I was like, oh, that's nice. So that wasn't very comforting, that's for sure. But with the venue at Springfest, when being inside, oh my gosh, it was like a photographer slash videographer's dream because of the architecture inside. All the glass panels, the architecture had this kind of arch to it so the light would come in just a certain way. And now I'm doing the most exciting thing a car enthusiast ever does. Getting gas. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Full tank of gas, best feeling ever. Thankfully, I didn't really meet any sour people at Springfest. It was kind of nice. When it came to the cars, it was probably 70-30 when it came to like the taste. There was a lot of stance cars, there's a lot of cars on bags, and then the rest of them were either stupid fast performance cars, you know, built motors and whatnot. And then the rest was just, you know, people having a good time and just showing up in their dailies or something like that. Some people I've talked to said they were disappointed that there weren't more like domestic cars, and I was like, do you know where you were? Virginia Beach for the most part is import. It's just how it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. But the demographic in the car scene in Virginia Beach and in Richmond is probably mostly import. Plus, being unbiased makes car shows way more fun anyway. It was a very nice change of pace from coming from the 50th anniversary of the Mustang, for example. I had my fill. I had my fill of Mustangs after that for a good while. I mean, and plus I drive one every day. So it was nice seeing different cars and different setups and that kind of thing. Going back to the weather the night before, it was pouring down rain. And so a lot of people who were traveling to Springfest, people came from all over the place. But thankfully the next day was clear as can be. Basically the perfect day for a car meet. The wind in the beginning of the day was a little bit chilly, just a little bit. But then the day warmed up and then it was like 70 degrees, which is my favorite temperature ever. It's just nice and balanced. During this season of April and spring, this is when tons of car stuff goes on. So I had to pick and choose which event to go to, and I think it's safe to say I picked the right one for last week to go to Springfest. So thank all of you guys for watching the video. If you have seen it already, it was definitely stubborn in the editing stage. I just couldn't find a song I liked. I couldn't find any of that. Also, I had to color correct a lot because I don't have a filter for my lenses for when it's really sunny outside. So everything was really washed out and overexposed. So I had to go in and color correct everything as much as I could. Indoor though turned out pretty good. I was surprised how well the indoor stuff came out because I thought it was gonna be really too dark, if that makes sense. So now that Springfest is done, the next meet I'm going to is the Car Club of Virginia Tech's meet in Blacksburg, Virginia. I will be there this Saturday on May 3rd, and I'll be covering it just like I did last time. Guys, I've been trying to do car reviews for everybody, but it's just been so rainy after Springfest. I had to rain check one car, I'm not gonna say what it is yet because you guys are gonna like it, 3 times because of bad weather conditions. It's better to wait and make a better review than kind of half-ass it and make an okay video when you can't really get on the car, if that makes sense. My live stream is gonna be on May 3rd as well. I'm gonna try and pull it off while I'm at Tech, or I'll drive back home and do it, one of the two, but that'll be at 8 o'clock on Saturday. So it's on YouTube. If you don't know how it works, you go to YouTube and it'll be in your subscription box just like any other video. It's very easy. So today's shout out goes to my friend Michael, who drove through all that debris and detours to get to Springfest. So props to you, Michael, like a boss. Manifold. He has this beautiful root beer colored Integra. It was one of the very first cars that I filmed at the East Coast Honda meet during that video. And it was nice to see it again at Springfest. And it's amazing how far that car has come. It's beautiful and it's his baby. All right guys, I'm sitting here at this stoplight. So thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you guys for checking it out. And I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.